They say for every wound there's a lesson. If that's true, I'm probably a doctor in the field of love failures. I wasn't born this way. You know, the type with a spreadsheet for dates. Before, I was like most people, believing in the one in forever, and in love songs playing on the radio every morning. I loved seriously. The type to give even the last piece of chicharon from the polutan just for her. I thought that was it. The type where we'd save up for a house, argue about what color curtains to buy, and grow old together watching our favorite TV shows. But as they say, what you think is far from the truth. The first heartbreak, it's like Manny Pacquiao punched you. The second, it's like being run over by a steamroller. The third, it's like falling into a sewer full of resentment. In every relationship, the script is the same. It starts with sweet I love yous, then ends with a painful who's that? One ex, I caught her chatting with someone else while we were sitting next to each other in the cinema. Another one, she made me a third party in a relationship I didn't know she already had. The most painful, the one who promised to wait for me, but when I came back from the province, she already had a new best friend eating street food with her at the corner. That's when I realized, maybe the book of love with only one main character isn't for me. So one day, after a dramatic crying session while eating a gallon of ice cream, I looked at myself in the mirror. I saw a person who was tired of being hurt, tired of hoping, tired of giving everything for nothing. That's when I thought, wait, why do I need someone to be happy? This is where the revolution in my life began. I went to the gym, not to impress, but to release my frustrations with every lift of the weights. I read books. I learned a new skill. I loved myself, not because I had to, but because I deserved it. And in the process, I discovered that happiness doesn't depend on your Facebook relationship status. From self-love, a new philosophy was born. If one relationship gives you a headache, why not try many so at least the stress is distributed? Just kidding. The real reason is this. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket anymore. I don't want to give my whole world to one person who might just leave me tomorrow. I thought it might be more fun to meet different people, learn from them, and share happy moments without the pressure of are we forever? This isn't being a player in a bad way. This is being an explorer of the heart, an adventure to find what truly makes me happy. Moving on is like learning to ride a bike. At first, you get a lot of scrapes and bruises. You'll fall, cry, and say you don't want to anymore. But you have to get up and try again. The only difference is, in my moving on, I didn't just learn to bike, I also learned to drive a motorcycle, a car, and sometimes even a plane. That's how many distractions I had. Every heartbreak became a lesson. My ex's cheating, it taught me to be more observant of red flags, like a traffic enforcer who's always alert. The one who made me an option, it taught me to prioritize myself. Every pain became fuel to fix my own engine. This is where my player goals came in. I thought, why should I confine myself to the idea of monogamy if I always get hurt? Maybe the way not to get hurt is not to rely too much on one person. So I made a plan. By 25, my target was 100 partners, or dates, to be more politically correct. By 30, it should be 500. And before I turn 40, I should achieve 1,000. Sounds ambitious, like running for president. But for me, it's not about the number. It's about the experiences, the stories, and the lessons I can get from different people. Each one is a new chapter in the book of my life. But make no mistake, this isn't about cheating. Polygamy or polyamory for me is not a license to hurt feelings, it's an agreement. My view on monogamy is like eating adobo every day. It's delicious, classic, but eventually you'll also crave sinigang, kare, or even just fried eggs. This doesn't mean you don't like adobo anymore. You just want to taste the other dishes life serves. For me, having multiple relationships, as long as there's honesty and consent, is a way to enjoy the whole buffet of love, instead of staying on just one plate. With every person I meet, my world expands. I met an artist who taught me to see beauty in simple things. There was also an engineer who showed me the importance of having a strong foundation in life. There was a chef who taught me that the most delicious recipe is the one made with love. Each partner isn't just a number on my list. They are teachers, friends, and companions for a short but meaningful part of my journey. I learned that commitment isn't just about exclusivity, but also about being true to every person you choose to be with. To keep the traffic in my heart from getting messy, I set some rules. Like the MMDA, but for love. Rule number 1. Honesty is the best policy. From the start, I immediately say what I'm looking for. No leading on, no ghosting. If you don't like the setup, it's okay, we can still be friends. It's better to be upfront at the beginning than to be a liar in the end. Trust is like a mirror. Once broken, it's hard to put back together. That's why in all my relationships, I make sure everything is clear. No hidden agenda, no fine print. What you see is what you get. Rule number 2, respect for each other. Even if we're not exclusive, it doesn't mean we can be disrespectful. No suffocating jealousy. Each of us has our own life, our own dreams, and our own dates. My commitment to them is to be present when we're together, to give my attention, and to respect their time and feelings. This isn't a competition of who's the favorite. This is about appreciating each individual for who they are. Jealousy for me is just a symptom of insecurity. And since I've learned to love myself, I know I'm enough, whether I have one partner or 100. Rule number 3, no cheating. Wait, you said, how can there be no cheating if you have many partners? Simple. Cheating is breaking the agreement. If the agreement is an open relationship, dating others is not cheating. Cheating is when you lie, when you hide something. When you say you're just at home but you're with someone else without the involved parties knowing. In my world, faithfulness isn't about being loyal to one person. It's about being loyal to what you've agreed upon. Being true to your word is more important than being true to one bed. Rule number 4, love should be fun. The moment a relationship, no matter how casual, becomes a source of stress and sadness, it's time to reevaluate. The purpose of dating is to be happy, to have someone to laugh with, and to have someone to share pizza with. It's not to be another problem in life. If there are more tears than laughter, maybe it's time to say goodbye. Letting go is not a failure. It's a brave decision to choose your own peace. And in the end, that's what's most important of all. As time passed, and as I got closer to my 1,000 partners goal, I realized something. The true purpose of my journey wasn't to accumulate many relationships. The ultimate goal was to find happiness in my own way. The numbers just became symbols of the experiences and lessons that shaped me. I learned that self-love is the strongest foundation for any relationship, whether it's 1 or 1,000. When you're whole, you don't need other people to complete you. They just become a bonus, a happy addition to your already beautiful life. Being a player in my version isn't about being a deceiver. It's about being true to my own feelings. I admitted to myself that the traditional setup isn't for me, and that's okay. The important thing is that I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. Every relationship I have is based on respect and honesty. I learned that trust isn't just for your partner, but also for yourself. Trust that you can be happy, and trust that you deserve respect. This journey taught me to be more understanding, more open-minded, and more loving, not just to others, but especially to myself. Now I'm still far from 1,000, and I might not even reach it. And you know what? That's okay, because that's not what's important anymore. What's important are the smiles, the laughter, and the stories I've created with the people who became a part of my life. I discovered that love comes in different forms, and there's no right or wrong way to love, as long as it's true and doesn't hurt anyone. You can be happy even if you're single. You can be happy in a monogamous relationship. And you can also be happy having multiple partners, as long as everything is done with honesty. In the end, the most important lesson I want to share is this. Love yourself first. Prioritize your happiness. Choose relationships that help you grow, not those that kill you. Be honest not just with others, but especially with your heart. If your happiness is with the one, go for it. But if your happiness is in being free and meeting many people, go for it too. There's no manual for love. What's important is that at the end of each day, you can say you were true to yourself. And that, for me, is true relationship goals.